Hi, my name is Richard Casey with Robinson & Casey, and I'm here to speak with you about some of the frequently asked questions regarding the Marchman Act. The Marchman Act is a Florida law that allows for family members to help get their loved ones into substance use disorder treatment. It happens on an involuntary basis, and it can court order them to remain in treatment for a period of up to 90 days. It's broken apart into two sections. The first being the assessment and stabilization, where we can get the court to issue that as an emergency to get your loved one to treatment as quickly as possible. And upon getting them as quickly as possible to the detoxification facility, they can be stabilized and assessed, where we can then plan and proceed to the second stage of the Marchman Act, where we request from the court a up to 90-day treatment order, where your loved one will be required to stay in the care of a substance use disorder treatment facility. The questions that families usually ask are, first, does it apply to my loved one? Well, it very well may, if your loved one has a history of using substances in a fashion that we would characterize as addictive. If they are misusing prescription medications, if they are using drugs or alcohol to an excessive degree where they're putting themselves in danger and harm's way, and there's behavioral changes which can be clearly seen as the result of their substance use disorder. So if your loved one is resisting treatment, refusing to go into treatment, has a history of using substances beyond their appropriate amount, or using illicit substances that they shouldn't be using at all, even prescription medications that are misused, you may want to call Robinson & Casey to learn a little bit more about the specifics of your loved one's case. But primarily, we would like to categorize it as simply as, have they become impaired by their substance use? Have they lost the power of control? Are they in denial of their need for help? Those are the really key questions we're going to be asking you with a little bit more detail in our conversations to determine if your loved one meets the criteria for the Marchman Act. Once a family knows that the Marchman Act would be something that could be beneficial for their loved one, they usually want to know, well, how quick can this happen? Well, like I mentioned earlier, there's two phases. And in the first phase, we can ask for the court to act as an emergency. And that is to get them assessed and stabilized. And when you reach out to us at Robinson & Casey, if we can gather those facts and information from you on a quick basis, it really will depend upon the speed to which you provide us the content, the information, and the necessary evidence to proceed for the Marchman Act. I would like to say that if you reach out to us, whether it be on a weekday evening or at the end of a weekend, we can prepare the petition for you as quickly as in 1 to 2 days, really dependent upon how fast you get us the information you need. We've filed petitions and gotten orders from the court within a 24-hour period of first contact from a family before. So it really can happen fast. See, once we get the petition drafted, I'm working with you to gather the proper information and use our legal knowledge to prepare the petition and get it in front of the court, the judge is reviewing it as an emergency, may review the order that same day or even the next day. And we'll work with you depending on the county that you're in and the potential court system that you'll be accessing to give you a better update on how fast it may be in your case. But the number one most important factor is calling us soon and getting us the evidence and the information that we need in order to proceed. The third question that family asks us is, can I file the Marchman Act without an attorney? And under Florida law, a family member can proceed under the Marchman Act without an attorney. And it is possible for you to achieve that. However, we've seen only too many problems come out when family members attempt to get their loved one into treatment under the Marchman Act without the use of an attorney. And it really comes down to the complications of navigating a foreign system the court system. While you're simultaneously under the stress and requirements of getting your loved one into treatment, planning out where and how to arrange it, and then participating and helping them get better and keeping them safe, to follow up with that, with trying to navigate the rules of evidence, the rules of procedure, proper filings, and coordinating of witnesses and testimony before the court may be complicated and can sometimes cause a family to run into some roadblocks they'd rather avoid. Like I mentioned earlier, the Marchman Act is 2 phases. The first phase is assessment and stabilization, but that doesn't last a long time. It doesn't carry you through an entire treatment episode. That's there to get them assessed and stabilized. Families may be successful at that stage, but the requirement of following up, filing the proper petitions, and getting it in front of the court and conducting a hearing on the second phase can be a little overwhelming. And that's why Marchman Act attorneys who specialize in these cases, like Robinson and Casey, are so important to have on your side and to work along with you.